Good evening. As you can see, God still has me going. What a great day of sadhana and seva. Namaha. That's today's word. It's not about me. Namaha shanti. Namaha. Namaha shanti. Om om om. A-U-M. Om. I am. Did you know there is a spirit attached to alcohol? It's called alcohol with a K. Did you know? Do you know your own grace of your name? Do you? Do you know? This prophet is getting visions by the toroidal fields that I'm choosing to surround myself by at this present moment. Like the guy with the boombox, clearly his emotions need to be heard, and I guess you can say I'm praying for him now. I'm just creating a space that he may access a different realm if he chooses. Because that song is not taking him to a place of grace, but it is allowing him to access a part of himself that would not be able to be accessed without those frequencies made by another artist who almost intuitively knew in the future that there were many souls who would identify with that same cry and that form of expression, which is why it's played so many times over and over again. I've had a rose in my head all day. It's been absorbing all of the energy. I'm just feeling extremely blessed. Let the bugs fly out. I would choose not to kill a fly or an ant or even a baby spider if I had a say and a choice. I'm being heavenly guided. But yet nobody's listening to my cries. They think that they know it all. Just like I think I know it, right? All these attachments. But it's my story and my life. Wow, police lights everywhere. What's happening, St. Augustine? I guess I'm supposed to get over like this? Even though I'm supposed to be turning? I'm confused. Oh, the intentions and the prayers. FPL. I need to get over there. Oh, there's another. And, am I allowed? Sure. What a day. What a day full of lessons and experiences and graces of the good Lord who art in heaven. It's there in that sacred space where I am. It's there that I can rest the most and feel the most peace. It's my center, my state of being that no one can take from me. You can take my body, but you can't take my soul. And the place where I eternally rest, as long as I continue to honor my contract, as Uncle Frank would say. Or I have a contract made that I will be God's monkey, that I will stop being so dominant and thinking that I know it all and prideful. I must heal my own wounded warrior. I must tend to my own wounds, my own barriers. Can I go like this? see if this will work to charge my phone. If not, it's okay. I just have some moves to make to access a new reality, meaning the future of Trina. I need to show future Trina I love her by doing nice things for her now that will give back long term. I'm very grateful for all of my experiences. Very, 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 very grateful. And I'm recognizing ways that I can show my gratitude and love my life through expressing myself by being myself that only I would do with my tools and my gatherings and my ability to live. Like, that's like somebody can take my pencil, but nobody can do the art that I can do with my pencil. Right? You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. And it's not a matter of that I'm better than you, but we all have a different role or purpose that only we can do if we love ourselves enough to give ourselves permission to only do what brings us joy and serves the world a part that it doesn't have without us. So you can hate your parents or your trauma or your past, or you can choose to take responsibility over your now, over your mind, over your feelings, instead of constantly buying into the commercials of changing your mentality of your feeling or entering this new addiction, whether it's food or any type of escapism, even alternated reality or augmented reality, television, video games. There's a lot of different versions of things that takes you away from I am. Yet we become so monkey mind and we allow ourselves to be addicted and slaves to our devices, our material world. And instead of choosing to be in peace, we choose to stay stuck to the stories of suffering from a belief that there's something wrong. When what is wrong is what feels wrong. Your emotions will not guide you to a place that is false. You must honor your feelings, even if the stories they tell you aren't comfortable. You can't ignore what brings you pleasure and joy. You just have to give yourself permission to enjoy what brings you pleasure. Like, I like the sounds of the turn signals, and while other people might find that annoying, I have to give myself permission to give myself that joy despite what your judgment and your attachment to your trigger to me being myself. Because if I allowed me to change who I am for a price, for money, or for your approval, then that is showing me that I do not love me, and therefore I'm showing God that I do not love it, because I am not being me as I was intended with my gifts and my understanding and my eyes, my senses. And then I am a gathering of everything that I love. I am love because everything that I do is done with love instead of out of control and out of fear. I will admit that sometimes I get fearful that I am not enough, or that I don't have enough to give to myself or to others. And I can't help but hear I need to study the scriptures. If I leave a space in a prayer, that is the answer that I hear back. Is that I must access these infinite truths that are timeless truths of mankind. of his story of what makes man feel good. Constant forgiveness, constant compassion, constant seeking peace, being that presence. That presence that we want other people to reflect. Every step. Every time I take a step, it's important to me that I'm mindful of the ants beneath my feet. That I do my best not to crush anything instead of being the mindless giant, functioning through a world that I think is my own. I enjoy exercising these thoughts and most of all these practices. It brings me great joy. Great joy to be of such service. It's fascinating. I'm learning different things through the intimate experiences of now. I always say I'm still a child because I'm still doing things for the first time, even right now. Which can be scary. Very scary. Especially like when you think it's going to be one way. And sometimes we can think like, oh, let's just jump in. Jump in, it's okay. And then other times it's like, oh man, maybe I shouldn't have just jumped in. It's about being aware and not stuck in comfort. Or being addicted to joy. I give myself permission to feel all feelings and to allow my emotion to teach me about myself. Just like I allow the present moment to teach me things that I didn't know I didn't know. By leaving a space to receive everything that I'm processing in the environment. I am a conscious witness who can choose to only reflect what I have gathered and loved from everything that I have experienced over each time and second spent known as my life, my state of being. I hope that you enjoy my writings or my narratives and my philosophies. I am a very unique teacher, and in order to do what I do, I need funding. And as of right now, I'm funded by you, and exclusively you. I do not work for a company, I work for you. I work for us. And if you'd like to contribute to my intentions of building the world the way I want to love it, with my life and my efforts, then please tag team with me and contribute to my funding. Perhaps you have funding to supply of emotional support. Perhaps you are excessively well in financial support, but you require more peace. Or something that I can teach that does not come with money. Perhaps we can make a trade or a deal. Perhaps I could be a tax deduction for you. I am an entertainer after all, and many other. I am a jack of all trades, as I like to consider myself. There's not much I can't do, but I do have strong morals, so there's a lot of things that I won't do because it's important to me to honor what makes me feel good. Thank you so much for listening to all my feelings. Thank you so much for your donations and your contributions to my personal experience. I see you, I feel you, I know you, I love you, I'm thankful for you. Now let me say thanks in my words, but now in my deeds. Namaste. Jabagwan. I love you.